In this video, I'm going to show you how I set up automated lead follow-up for real estate agents using LionDesk CRM. So this video is going to be relevant if you're a real estate agent looking to grow your business using online lead generation, or if you're a marketer who's offering lead generation services to real estate agents. So for me, I work with real estate agents. I'm a marketer. I help run Facebook ads and generate leads for them, and then also implement these follow-up strategies to help them close more deals with those leads. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube that explain how to successfully run lead generation campaigns, especially using Facebook ads. There's not as many videos that talk about the follow-up side of things, which in my opinion is more important than simply getting somebody's contact information. It's actually following up with them, having a conversation with them, and closing a contract. That's really how you're going to be making more money. So the purpose of this video is just to show you an automated system that will help you manage some of that follow-up process for you. Specifically, what we're going to be doing is once a lead is added into our LionDesk CRM, they're going to be sent an automated sequence of text and email messages, which is going to try and encourage them to respond to you and initiate a conversation, at which point you will receive a notification either on your email or on your smartphone that says a new lead has responded to your message, at which point then you can take over the conversation, try and book an appointment with them, and move them further along your sales process. So this video is primarily going to be focused on LionDesk and setting up that automated sequence. But first, I'm going to show you how we're going to be connecting that LionDesk CRM with Facebook lead ads. You don't necessarily have to use Facebook ads to generate your leads, but I know a lot of you probably are, especially if you're watching this channel. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So what you see right now is the back end of my ad manager in Facebook. I'm not going to walk through the ad creation process. You can watch some of my previous videos to learn how to do that. But we selected a lead generation ad objective, which means we're going to be using a lead form to collect our lead information. And we're at the ad stage. So we're going to go to instant form and we're going to create a new lead form. And in this case, I'm just going to duplicate an existing lead form. Because I'm just going to show you how to integrate this with LionDesk. I'm not going to talk too much about the campaign itself. So let's just say in this example, we're advertising a list of homes beneath $250,000, and we're collecting the first name, last name, email, and phone number from them. So we're going to save that. And let's imagine that this campaign is now live. We're collecting leads from Facebook via this lead form. So I'm going to show you in a moment now how to integrate those leads into your LionDesk account. So what you're going to do is go to LionDesk, make an account. You can sign up for a 30-day free trial. You can see that my account here is on a 30-day free trial currently, but I would suggest that you upgrade to a paid plan. If I just scroll down and show you what the plans look like, where is it? Manage subscriptions and limits. So this one here, this $50 per month plan, this gives you a pretty substantial amount of text that you can send per month. It also includes a custom phone number, which is required to send video text messages and also to stop text messages whenever leads respond to you. So that's something that I would encourage you to do, is to purchase a custom phone number, which you can do with this second tier plan. So $50 per month for the CRM. In addition to sending out these automated follow-up sequences, it's a really great platform for you to kind of manage those relationships. I mean, that's kind of the purpose of a CRM. So the first thing you're going to do is come into your profile here, make sure that you have all your contact information up to date, your name, email, phone number, and then if you scroll to the bottom, this direct mail sender address. This is a feature that LionDesk has, which allows us to send out direct mail campaigns. We're not going to be doing direct mail campaigns, but I would encourage you to fill this information out, especially the organization name at the top, because we're going to be pulling information from these fields and including them into our automated text and email messages. I'll show you what that looks like in a second, but you want to make sure that this information is being filled out. So I'm going to show you how to integrate your Facebook lead forms to LionDesk in just a moment, but before we do that, I'm going to show you how to set up the automated text and email drip campaign. So this is the dashboard. This is what you're going to see when you first log in. This kind of gives you just kind of an overview of the different metrics, how many people have been responding to your messages and whatnot. So what we're going to do is go to marketing, and this is where we're going to manage all of our drip campaigns from. So by default, you're going to have all sorts of information already preloaded into your LionDesk account. You can see the tabs that we have at the top. We have templates, auto drip campaigns, contact lists, and then text/call to sell. So we're going to be focusing on templates and Autopilot drip campaigns. So most of these campaigns, or these templates that are already in here, were preloaded. A couple of them have been added by me or downloaded. So what you're going to do is say add a folder, and what this folder is basically just a place to store all of the text and email messages that we're going to use for our drip campaign. So I'm just going to name this drip campaign. We're advertising $250,000 homes list. So I would suggest that you create a folder of emails and text messages that are relevant to the campaign that you're advertising. That way you can kind of customize the messaging and make it more relevant to your audience, to your leads. Now once you create that campaign, you can see it's right here. There's nothing inside of it, so we're just going to click on this view button and you'll see right here that there's nothing in there. So what we're going to do is create a text template, and you can see these are the different things that we can send out. We can add a call script to this. We can create a text template, an email template, and then direct mail. So we're going to be focusing just on email and text. If you'd like, you could include a call script as well. I always encourage that my clients follow up with every single lead via phone call as well. So the text messages and the emails are going to be automated, but I always encourage them to call every lead as well. So you could include a call script here, which kind of gives you some notes about questions to ask the lead and stuff like that. So right now we created a new text template. So this is basically just going to be all the content that's going to be sent in this text message. So I would suggest naming this. First of all, you want to brainstorm what text messages and emails you want to be sent out and at what time. So usually I like to send a text message within the first 5 minutes of somebody opting into a campaign. In this case, it might just say something like, hey, I noticed you just downloaded my list of homes beneath $250,000. Were there any properties on that list you're interested in looking at? So I know that that's the first message I'm going to be sending out. So what I might do is start by saying 01 in brackets like this. That way, in a moment when we actually create the sequence of emails and when they're going to be sent out, you'll know which ones, what order to include them at. So here's where we're going to write the text of that text message that we're going to send out. So like I said, I might say something like, hey, and then you might want to include their first name. So this is where you click on this insert custom field, and then you want to click on this drop down menu and say contact first name. So once we integrate our Facebook lead form, what it's going to do is just going to pull the first name from that Facebook contact and insert it in here. So it'll say, hey John, this is, and what I'm going to do is say, click on this, scroll down, my first name. Hey, this is Ryan from, and then if I scroll down to the bottom, you'll see it says your mailing address sender. So this is where we added our organization name in that direct mail field. So basically this is going to say, hey John, this is Ryan from Ferguson Realty. I noticed you just downloaded list of homes under 250K. Were there any properties on that list you're interested in viewing? So the goal of this automated drip campaign, the email and text messages, is to get the lead to respond to you. At the end of the day, you're a person helping another person buy or sell property, and you want to initiate a conversation and help them through that journey. So, I mean, really the goal is to have a conversation with them, understand what are their goals, where are they looking to buy, what's their timeline, what's their price, have they be pre-qualified for lending, and then would you like to meet with me in person to discuss in more detail, how I can help you navigate that buying and selling journey. So the purpose of these drip campaigns is just to get them to respond to you. You're going to get that notification that they responded. It's going to initiate that conversation, and then you can kind of go from there and try and move them further down your sales funnel. So the purpose of this is, just to get them to respond. So initially, we're just going to kind of leverage that, the fact that they downloaded our list of homes or whatever it was you're advertising, and try and use that as kind of a conversation starter, a bit of an icebreaker to try and get them to respond to you. So that might be the first message that we send. In the folder name here, we're just going to click on the drip campaign 250K homes list. So that was the folder that we just created on the left hand side there. And then we're just going to say save text. So now if I go to the left, find that folder, and then click on this templates button, you'll see that we now have a text message in this folder. So this is basically just a place where you can house and store all of your different messages that you might include in your campaign. So then if we click on create email template, This is where we can create an email message. The short description is simply for your purposes only. This is not going to be viewed by your lead. So name it something that makes sense to you. So in this case, let's say homes list delivery. So maybe you included a link to your homes list on the thank you page of your lead form, but maybe you also want to send it to them in an email as well. So here you could do the same thing. You say hi, if you click on the line desk button, click on the drop down, insert their first name. I just wanted to make sure you got your homes list. Are lots of beautiful properties for sale under $250,000. And then include a link to your homes list. And then you can include any other content that you want. Let me know if you're interested in booking a viewing or looking at any of these properties in person. So then here by default it's going to include your email signature. So if you go into your profile like we did at the beginning, there's a section where you can edit your email signature. So you can go ahead and do that. Or if you wanted to, if you just clicked on the line desk button, you could do your full name and then insert your phone number and your email, or you can do whatever you want here. The reason you might want to do it this way instead of just typing out your information manually is because if you have multiple agents that are using this line desk account, you can set it up so that leads are routed to specific agents in your brokerage. And so if you set up the emails this way, you can make sure that they're being sent on behalf of the correct agent that's responsible for managing that lead. So that's really the only reason that you would do it this way instead of just manually typing in the information yourself. So then once you do that, you're just gonna, again, you're gonna find the folder, which was this one here, and then say save template. So now here are the two messages that we have inside of this folder. So now you're just gonna wanna go ahead and add a bunch of text and email messages, put some thought into how you want these messages to be worded and when you want them to be sent. If it's a Facebook ad campaign, usually I'll be a bit more aggressive and more frequent with the messages that I'll send out. So for example, with a campaign like this, a homes list, usually I'll send out, maybe 10 to 15 communications in the first week. And remember, these are just to try and get the lead to respond to you. So usually they'll just be messages kind of like this, reminding them that they downloaded your list, if they have any questions, basically any content or any messaging that encourages them to reply to you. All right, so what we're going to do now is go to Autopilot drip campaigns. We're going to click on add new Autopilot and give it a name. So I'm going to name it drip sequence homes list 250K. So the Autopilot drip campaign, this is where we're going to actually establish when these messages are going to be sent out. So the templates is just kind of the place you store them, and then the drip campaigns where you schedule them. So once you create it, if you click on this tasks, you'll see that we have no tasks in this sequence yet. So we're going to click on add new task to drip. What type of task? We want to send out a text message first. What folder do we want to find that text message from? Well, we want it to come from this drip campaign one that we just created. And then we're going to select which text message in that folder that we want to use. So we only have the one. And you'll see next we have the option to stop on text reply. So this is what I was talking about before, where you have to have your line desk custom number to do this. So basically you can send this message out if a lead replies to this text message. If you click on yes here, then this sequence will stop. So this is great, if you've got an automated sequence, especially if it's being sent out, if it's sending out multiple messages over just a few days. When they reply to that text message, it's going to stop the sequence so you don't accidentally send them the next message in the sequence. So that's one of the main reasons I would suggest getting a custom number, which I think costs $5 on its own, or if you use that $50 per month plan, I think it's included in that. So, and then timing. So basically, once a lead is added to your line desk account, we want this text message to be sent. Usually, I'll say something like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes after they're added. So just imagine from the perspective of the new lead, they just opted in, they're probably looking at that list of homes right now. You want to send them a text message maybe not immediately, but maybe just a couple minutes after they've opted in. That way they have a small chance to look at that list of homes, but it's not too long after that they've already forgotten about, you know, who you are and why they opted in. So next we're going to click add new task again, and you're just basically going to go through this and just add the sequence of messages that you just created in the order that you would prefer. So now we're going to add an email. Again, we're going to select the folder we want to pull that from, that drip campaign that we created, and then select the email. We only had the one email that we created. So this one I might send out, I might send this one out actually immediately. I would send that out immediately in this case, maybe because it's got a list or a link to that list of homes. So if for some reason the link on that landing page of your lead form didn't work, they're getting that email right away. So they can still gain pretty quick access to that list of homes that you were advertising. So then you would just repeat this process over and over until you've added all of the campaigns or all of the messages you'd like to your drip campaign. So if we click back on templates and then back into Autopilot drips, you'll see on the right hand side here we have a search bar with a bunch of publicly shared drip campaigns. So basically what you can do is, if I go back to this drip campaign we just created, I click on actions and say publish for others. I can either publish it internally so that only the people who have access to my LionDesk account can see it, or I can publish it publicly so that all LionDesk users can have access to it. So basically what you can do is search here for drip campaigns that other people have made and basically just download them and import them into your LionDesk account. So you don't even have to necessarily go through this process of creating templates and auto drip campaigns. You can basically just download it from other people. So if there's something that you like, one way to use this is if you just search or filter by downloads. You'll see the amount of downloads that these drip campaigns have. So this is, you know, potentially one way to go and find good drip campaigns. If a lot of people have downloaded it, there's, you know, a good chance that it's, you know, effective or at least popular. If you search for my name, you'll see that I have one in here shared, so you can go ahead and download that if you'd like. This is specifically for a homes list campaign. It's got, let me see, it's got 13, I believe, messages in it, both text and email messages. So if you just click on, there's no download button because I already have that one in my account. So if I just back out here, here we go. So this download button right here. If you just click onto this download button, it's just going to download this into your account and it'll appear right here. So this is an example that I had downloaded previously. So if I go into this one, you'll see it just creates or imports all of those messages for you. So you really don't have to worry about it. You can just kind of go through here, review them, make sure that the content is good. If you want to update the content, you would go to templates and then click on templates. And then from here, if you click on this green edit button, this is your opportunity to go in and change the text and content and stuff like that, customize it as you see fit. So that's how you set up the automated drip campaigns. So by default, you will receive an email every time a lead is added to your LionDesk account, but also every time a lead responds to your drip sequences, or at least your text messages, you will get a notification as well. You can also download a LionDesk app in the App Store. You just have to log into your LionDesk account. It's a free app, and you can get push notifications directly to your smartphone. Also, I think you have to have a custom LionDesk number to do this, but if you have the app, you can actually respond to the text messages and emails directly inside that app. So everything is kind of in one place. It's really easy for you to do. So what I'm going to show you how to do now is integrate your Facebook lead forms with LionDesk. So we're going to click on Settings. And then from here, under LionDesk Settings, and then under Your Lead Sources, we're going to say New Lead Source. And we're just going to name this based on the Facebook ad campaign. So I'll probably say something like Facebook, just like this. I created this previously, so let's just update this for the homes list we're doing now, 250K. We'll say add source. So now that source is being added into our account. So now what we need to do, first of all, we're going to go to third-party integrations. We want to scroll down and find Facebook Lead Ad CRM Direct. We want to make sure that it is enabled. So you can see it is enabled, so that's perfect. We're going to go to Facebook Settings. And then basically this is where we're going to connect that lead form that we created at the very beginning of the video to LionDesk. So we're going to say connect to Facebook. It's going to ask you to log into your Facebook account. Once you do that, it's going to appear at the bottom here. So if I just press this plus form or this list form button, you'll see I can see all of the different lead forms that exist in this Facebook page of mine. So the one that we created was, I believe, this one here, 200. So I'm just going to click on add form. And if we scroll to the top, now we can see that that lead form has been added and connected, integrated with our LionDesk account. So what we want to do next is say edit source map. So this is basically telling LionDesk, okay, the leads that come in from this lead form, where are they being routed to? So I'm going to click on source, and from here we're going to select the source that we created under this LionDesk settings. So you can see that it's not here because it was titled this, it was like this, but it was 250K. So the reason for that is likely because that particular lead form doesn't have permission to share information with LionDesk. So even though we integrated it via LionDesk here, there's probably some sort of issue in Facebook that's preventing us from passing that information along. So that's no big deal. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So we're going to hop on over to facebook.com, just your personal profile, not your Facebook page. We're going to click on settings, and then we're going to go to business integrations. And you'll see if we scroll down, we have LionDesk. So I'm going to click view and edit. And this is going to bring up all of the different pages and whether or not they have access to LionDesk. So you can see right here, Ryan Ferguson Real Estate, that's my Facebook page we're using. There is a check next to it. So I'm just going to scroll through here and make sure that each of these sections has a checkbox next to my Facebook page. So LionDesk has the ability to manage my page, show and list the pages you manage, access to leads for your page. So this is the important one here. Make sure that LionDesk has access to your page. So it does in this case, so that's not the issue. It's not the integration on Facebook. So the other thing I'm going to do is go to business.facebook.com. I'm going to log into my business manager, which is where I access or manage my business page from. And then I'm going to click on the top left, go to business manager settings. So then from here, I'm going to scroll to the bottom where it says integrations, click on leads access, find my Facebook page, go to CRMs, and make sure that LionDesk has access. So sometimes it says no access. So if you just highlight the check there and then say assign access, that's often a common issue that I've run into. If that doesn't work, just come back to your LionDesk, click on settings, and just kind of refresh the page. Then we're going to go back to Facebook settings, edit source map, and you can see that it is there now. So here's what we're going to do next. Under first name, basically what this means is in the LionDesk, when you add a contact, the first name field, what do you want to be added into there? So we're going to pull the first name field from this Facebook lead form and have that added into the first name field in LionDesk. So we just want to go through and match up all of these fields, last name, email. So these are all of the things that we collected from Facebook. All right, so then you're just going to press update and you should be good to go. So now your Facebook lead form, whenever a new lead comes in from there, it's going to be added. Actually, there's one more thing you need to do. Go under lead distribution, and then we're going to select a lead source provider. So if you just press F, we're going to find Facebook lead add CRM direct, say add new routing. So what source? We're going to click on the one that we just created. What campaign? This is where we're going to select the drip campaign that these leads are added to. So we're going to click the drip sequence, homes list, 250K. That was the email and text drip campaign we just created. And then distribution settings. So this is, if you have a team, you can set settings where leads are distributed in a certain way. But because it's just us, or just me in this case, I'm going to select individual and then say save lead routing. So the last thing I want to do is test and make sure that these leads are integrated correctly and that they're being added to that drip campaign. So what I'm going to do is go to this Facebook developer tool. It's their lead ads testing tool. I'm going to select my Facebook page. I'm going to select the form that we integrated with LionDesk, and then I'm going to click on create lead. So I need to delete a previous lead. Now if I click on create lead, so that's just going to create a test lead using that form. And if we go back into LionDesk and then we click on contacts, if everything is integrated correctly, then that should add a test lead into our LionDesk, and it should be added to that drip campaign that we created as well. And there we go. So I'm the owner. This is the test information. You can see it was added via this source. And if I click and open up this lead, we can look at all of the contact activity. And here's that first text message that we sent out. So we can see that that was sent out correctly, or that was the email. And if we go to marketing, there we go. So they're currently active on this auto drip campaign. So if they responded to one of our texts or emails, we could just click remove unfinished tasks and just remove them from that drip campaign. We can see the emails that are sent to that client or that lead already. If there was a text message, there would just be a separate tab at the top there. So everything looks good to go. And then from here, you can manage, all sorts of information. You can add notes, create tasks just to remind you to follow up with this lead and all sorts of stuff. So that's all I've got for you for this video. So that's how you set up an automated lead follow-up strategy for real estate agents. This is the strategy I'm implementing for all of my real estate clients, and it's the same strategy that's helped my clients close more contracts by actually getting in touch and following up with their leads effectively. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, leave a comment below, and if you like this content, make sure you check out the links in the description below for more bonus content. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.